Commerce World's Strongest Man. Qualifying group number 2 powered through the first 3 events, with Grzegorz Szymański of Poland taking an enormous early lead. Eddie Hall and Adam Bishop are locked in a battle of Brits for second, while Jon Olav Granli, Nick Best, and Jon Lane fought for scraps. Only 3 events stand between glory and grief. 2 spots in the final are up for grabs. It's anyone's game. Welcome back to majestic Kasane, Botswana, host to this year's edition of the Commerce World's Strongest Man. I'm Brett Stover alongside Aaron Taylor. Qualifying Group 2 is continuing their quest. Only 2 of the 6 men will earn a spot in the final, but first they must take on this next event, the deadlift.
This static lifting event will test the strongmen's strength and endurance as they have 60 seconds to lift an 800-pound car as many times as possible.
That's a heck of a task.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the United States of America, Jon Lane.
From Goodyear, Arizona, the American Jon Lane.
Representing Norway, Jon Olav Granli.
And Jon Olav Granli, who is currently in 5th. Both of these men have a lot of ground to make up.
You see Jon Lane using those Giants Pro straps to help him grip that bar. That'll help him throughout this competition to lift. He's also wearing shoes, whereas Granli, to his left, is in his socks. Lane looking nice and strong. Granli struggling a little bit. Look at his legs shake.
Jon Lane cranking out with 6.
Get this one to count. That took all he had. Jon Lane's going to take a knee as well. Brent, this isn't a conventional deadlift because the apparatus allows the athletes' legs to be able to help them more because they can lean back into this car. But Lane's legs fail him there.
Finished!
6 times Jon Lane was able to lift the car.
3 repetitions from Norway,
Jon Olav
Granli.
Able to get 3 reps here in the
6
deadlift.
repetitions from the USA, Jon Lane.
And Jon Lane sets the pace in this event with 6.
Really nice effort by Lane. It was Granli who struggled from the beginning, having more heart than strength towards the end. But Lane, he was powerful and strong with one consistent motion throughout.
From the United States of America, Nick Best.
The next 2 men to go are Nick Best, who is in 4th after 3 events.
Representing Poland,
and Grzegorz Szymański.
Grzegorz Szymański.
And he's the leader after 3 events. The 320-pound Polish man.
You're okay, Grzegorz?
This could be Nick Best's best event. His lower body is extremely powerful. That first rep looked pretty easy.
He really is a bulldog.
Szymański looking strong as well. You'll notice Best's stance is quite a bit closer than Szymański's is to his left.
Guys are shoulder width apart, but his feet are much closer together, Nick Best.
And Szymański playing through the pain. That left shin of his drawing some blood as the front of the bar scrapes it. Form is so important to keep your body aligned so that you maximize your strength and output to lift that 800-pound car.
And Nick Best is setting the pace in a big way. 6 was the best before it, and he's going for 12 as Szymański struggles for a 9th.
That's where those legs come in, where they're both leaning back, trying to get that lockout, and Best with his 12th rep.
So it's 12 and 9 here in the final 5 seconds. And that'll be it for both of these men. So Nick Best,
with 12 repetitions from the USA, Nick Best.
able to double up the previous high water mark.
And with 9 repetitions from Poland, Grzegorz Szymański.
And both of those guys, give them credit, because that was impressive.
It sure was. And Nick Best with that tight base, digging deep. It takes all you have to lift an 800-pound car 12 times. And then it was Grzegorz Szymański on the other side. 9 impressive reps. Look at the strain on his face. He gave it all he had.
Well, Eddie Hall now preparing for his deadlift, making his 5th appearance on the Commerce World's Strongest Man stage. And he's the subject of today's Commerce Power Profile.
Last year at World's Strongest Man, I proved a lot of people wrong. You know, I was 1.5 points off coming 3rd, only 7 points off winning the World's Strongest Man. Now this year, we've got some very fierce competitors. It's going to be a real fierce showdown, for sure. A couple of months back, I did a 500-kilo deadlift, which is around 1,100 pounds. Probably the best feat of strength that's ever been achieved in the world of strongman in history. I'm sure the top contenders will be pretty worried about that. It's going to be great positive vibes and the confidence coming into World's Strongest Man, and it's great to achieve.
Remember with Eddie, he's got 2 dislocated fingers from pre-event testing. And he's got them taped up, but obviously tape can only do so much. Adam Bishop, it's a battle of Brits. Eddie currently tied for 2nd with Bishop, and Eddie had a disastrous showing in the loading race, but he's bounced back in the subsequent events.
There's no question that Eddie Hall is the alpha dog in the static strength lifting events. And these first 2 reps show you why.
I mean, honestly, he's lifting a car. Let's keep that in mind. And he's just breezing through it.
Remember, Eddie Hall recently set the conventional deadlift record. So all those skills translate here, but how about Adam Bishop? I think pound for pound, this is one of the better strongmen that we've seen in this competition.
So the top deadlifter in the world, Eddie Hall. But Adam Bishop is toe-to-toe with him. The number to beat is 12, set by Nick Best. Hall is 1 away, Bishop 2 away. And Hall now into a tie for the lead. And Bishop able to get his 11th rep. Hall again. And there's number 13 for him, and now Bishop trying to get his 12th.
Bishop told us that bigger guys get to be able to coast, but he's got to give it his all on every event, and I would say 12 reps did just that.
With 13 repetitions, the winner of the deadlift from Great Britain, Eddie Hall!
So Eddie Hall wins the deadlift with 13 reps. Adam Bishop
12 repetitions.
on a tie for 2nd, as he was able to get 12.
Takes a ridiculous amount of strength to be able to lift an 800-pound car. But Eddie Hall showing you why he's one of the best in the world at doing that.
Eddie comes out ahead with 6 points. Adam and Nick tied for 2nd. Bill Kazmaier is standing by with the Brits, Eddie Hall.
Eddie Hall, a month ago, 500-kilo deadlift for the greatest ever. 13 reps here. How heavy was this for you?
That was really lightweight. It was just a cardio session, that was, you know. Not heavy at all, just hard on the lungs.
All that strength and fitness. You're in great shape. Keep it up.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, dude.
Grzegorz maintains his lead, but the spread is shrinking with Eddie close behind. The win for Eddie plants him alone in 2nd, just pulling ahead of Adam Bishop. Kasane, Botswana, one of the most popular safari destinations in the entire world. It's an extraordinary backdrop for this year's edition of the Commerce World's Strongest Man. And Aaron, Group 2 has provided us with extraordinary drama.
Yeah, it's a group stacked with talent, including one of the sport's hottest athletes right now, Eddie Hall from the UK, who just set a new world record in the deadlift just north of 1,100 pounds. But here, oh man, he's being challenged by 3 strongmen, including his fellow countryman Adam Bishop of the UK, Grzegorz Szymański from Poland,
And Nick Best, the 47-year-old American, who could be having his best event to date.
He's been incredible. The group has been incredible. The top 4 separated by just 3.5 points. There are 2 qualifying events still to go. The final event's going to be worth double points, so this one is still way too close to call. It's going to be fun to watch. It's the Viking press followed by the Atlas Stones as we continue on the Commerce World's Strongest Man.
The Commerce World's Strongest Man on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by the Commerce Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas-style entertainment, Los Angeles attractions.
Welcome back to Botswana, a country dedicated to the preservation of its magnificent elephant population. We've returned to Kasani's Saboba Cultural Village, where the athletes from Group 2 had their 5th event, the Viking Press. And here's how it played out.
Viking press is another great test of the human body. Who can press the most weight above the head for the most amount of reps? You know, a great test of shoulder power, explosiveness from the legs, and determination again, you know. Who can go the full mile and literally press until they pass out?
From Great Britain, Adam Bishop.
At World's Strongest Man, we actually do Viking press a lot different. Usually we'd be facing the apparatus, but at Worlds we face away, and that makes a big difference on how the lever works. It tends to move away from you as opposed to you can't lean into it.
Stand! Lift!
When it's a really tough lift and it's feeling really uncomfortable, it's just about survival. You try and hit as many reps as you can.
It's just something you gotta want and have, the heart, desire, and you have to live it, you have to breathe it, there is no halfway.
You don't think too much, it's just try and hit it as hard as you can with the legs and just push it out to lock out with the shoulders.
With 3 repetitions, give it up for Adam Bishop. And with 2 repetitions, Nick Best.
I didn't really get into strongman properly until I was like 21, when I trained as a bodybuilder, and my static strength is through the roof.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eddie Hall.
Even the other guys will tell you this, if we were to stand in one spot and lift weights, deadlift, squat, bench, pressing above the head, every man here will admit I am the strongest man on the planet. To have this static power does give you the massive edge over all the other competitors, especially on events like this where technique doesn't really come in, it is just who's got the most brute power. I'm that man.
Down!
Halfway through the Viking press, I think I did 7 reps, would have been the current lead, and I just wanted to know what the other guy was doing, and is anyone going to tell me? Nobody told me, so I did another 2 reps just to be sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Viking press, give it up for Eddie Hall!
Geez, I could have stood there and done another 10 reps.
So Eddie gets the win and picks up 6 big points. Jon Olav Granli came in second with 6 reps. Previous leader Grzegorz Szymański able to come in 3rd place. Eddie has been able to overtake Grzegorz now as the leader after 5 events. Adam Bishop now 3.5 points off of 2nd place. The fate of Group 2 rests in the signature event. Who will prevail in the Atlas Stones? Find out next. Welcome back to the Saboba Cultural Village in Kasani, Botswana, where Group 2's quest for the final culminates in the Atlas Stones.
The strongmen have the daunting task of lifting 5 stones in ascending order from 305 pounds to a back-breaking 440 pounds onto chest-high platforms. Have fun, boys.
Jon Lane.
Jon Lane. He's in last, and he has no path to the final, so he's lifting for pride at this point. Jon Olav Granli, he's in 5th. He would need an absolute miracle. Double points being awarded, so some interesting things could happen here.
Jon Olav Granli is one of the taller competitors in this competition, and that should help him here as these platforms make it really difficult, as these athletes not only have to lift these stones, but have to walk them into the chest-high pillars.
Total weight of these 5 stones is 1,820 pounds.
Costly bobble right there by Granli. That's going to cost him time and energy as Jon Lane, with that taped up right shoulder, gets that third stone.
Granli still struggling with the 350-pound stone, while Lane is on to the fourth, which is 395 pounds.
This is where the conditioning kicks in, as the body is so depleted with oxygen. You see Jon Lane giving it all he has, and Granli with a great effort with that third 350-pounder.
Both of them now on to the fourth, and that's the end of the road for Lane as well as Granli. Crowd appreciating the effort, though.
Stones at a time of 31.17 seconds from the USA. Give it up for Jon Lane.
So Lane into the lead, 3 stones in 31.17.
A time of 53.55 seconds. From Norway, Jon Olav Granli.
Granli got 3 with 53.55. Neither man can make it to the final.
They can't make it to the final, but they both gave it all they had in this grueling event. Granli showing you that great upper back strength to be able to hoist that big 350-pounder up on top.
Great Britain, Adam Bishop.
Up next is Adam Bishop of Great Britain in 3rd place after 5 events.
From the United States of America, Nick Best.
Nick Best is in 4th after 5 events. Again, only the top 2 out of the group advance to the final. This is the final event. Double points, so anything can happen.
Nick Best over the years showing he has tremendous upper thoracic back strength, which allows him to hoist those stones up onto the pillars. And Adam Bishop, an undersized competitor, is a great technician and looking smooth through the first 2 stones.
See that tacky that they have rubbed all over their hands, their forearms, and on the shirt as well, helping them hoist that stone.
Bishop's efficiency is helping him catch up to Nick Best, which is trying to muscle it, and he drops that 4th stone.
Adam Bishop able to get the 4th, and now to the final stone, 440 pounds.
Best gets that 395-pounder out. This is going to take everything that Bishop has. He's cradling it. Can he do it? Just short.
10 more seconds.
So close to the final. Can he do it?
Not going to happen for either man, although Best is going to go ahead and go after the whistle and try to get that 5th. Both men still in contention for the final, but they would need a near miracle.
Current leader of Group 2 in the Atlas Stones with a time of 29.85 seconds. With 4 stones from Great Britain, Adam Bishop
goes into the lead of the Atlas Stones to get 429.85.
Give it up for
Nick Best goes into
Nick
2nd.
Best.
4 stones in 36 flat.
Both men with a gutsy performance. Adam Bishop, the smooth technician, gets that 4th stone, that 395-pounder, up pretty easily. Nick Best with all the heart, but not enough strength.
Can Eddie Hall and Grzegorz Szymański finish strong in the Atlas Stones and make their way to the final? Find out next.
The Commerce World's Strongest Man on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by the Commerce Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas-style entertainment, Los Angeles attractions.
Welcome back to the Samoa Cultural Village in Kasane, Botswana, where our final 2 competitors in Group 2 will take on the Atlas Stones. Adam Bishop currently in the lead. Jon Lane and Jon Olav Granli are out of the competition. None of the athletes have been able to lift off 5 stones so far.
Give it up for Eddie Hall.
And now we're down to the final 2. Eddie Hall and Grzegorz Szymański. Aaron, if these 2 guys
from
simply
Poland,
take care of business in the stones, they will be the 2 that make it to the final out of Group 2.
Well, one thing's for sure, we're going to get the best that each of these strong men has. Eddie Hall, we talked about his static strength, but here's an event that requires you to move. But man, he just picked up that 1st stone, made it look easy.
Eddie seeking his 3rd World's Strongest Man final in a row.
Yeah, Szymański, look at that great upper back strength. He picks it up and then walks it over at height to the podium.
Grzegorz seeking his 1st ever World's Strongest Man final.
And Eddie basically heaving that 4th 395-pound stone. Let's see if Grzegorz Szymański can do the same. And he does.
So these will be the two men that come from Group 2 and make it to the final. And for Szymański, it's his first ever trip there.
The winner of Group 2 from Great Britain, Eddie Hall.
Eddie Hall takes the Atlas Stones, got 4 of them.
Also through to the final.
Fastest time.
Grzegorz Szymański.
And Szymański learning that he is into the final.
The Atlas Stones is the gold standard for overall body strength, and Eddie Hall showing you he has what it takes. And Grzegorz Szymański did the same with a great effort that gets him to the final.
Eddie Hall wins the event, although Adam Bishop came in second. It wasn't enough to overtake Szymański. Bill 𝗚𝗥𝗢𝗣 standing by with Eddie Hall.
Eddie Hall, it seems like in most of these events, you're much stronger than the weights you're lifting, and you seem to be holding back all the way through for this final. Is that so?
You know, from day one, I'm trying my hardest. Obviously, I bust my hand up, but when you think about it, all the actual, good static events, I won every event, and then the mobile stuff, the throwing and the running with sacks, 3rd and 4th and 5th or whatever. I'm a static monster. Put me in one spot, I don't think there's one guy on the planet that can beat me. So, but that's not strongman. Strongman's about everything.
Well, congratulations on headed to the final. We'll see you there.
Thanks, guys.
A look at the final standings. Eddie Hall wins the group. Grzegorz Szymański finishes second. Then Bishop, Best, Granli, and Lane. Hall and Szymański on to the final. 4 men have already earned their tickets to the final. With only 6 spots left, the remaining 3 groups must battle for their chance at making it to the championship. Next time on the Commerce World's Strongest Man, qualifying Group 3 begins their quest, taking the stage for the greatest event in the sport. Returning for his 6th attempt at winning the title, will Iceland's half-door Julius Bjornsson be able to claim the throne as the strongest in the world?
Double!
For Aaron Taylor, Bill 𝗚𝗥𝗢𝗣, and our entire crew, I'm Brent Stover, in association with IMG Original Content. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Earlier on the Commerce World's Strongest Man, 2 men from qualifying Group 1 have proven their dominance, earning their place in the final. Today, 6 more of the biggest, strongest men on the planet will begin their quest, fighting to take the lead. It's a fierce competition, full of daunting tasks and surprising results. The clash of the giants continues right now. Welcome to the African nation of Botswana for the ultimate test in strength athletics, the Commerce World's Strongest Man. I'm Brent Stover with Aaron Taylor. Today, qualifying Group 2 begins their journey with the most daunting of tasks. Here at the Kasane Hot Springs, they will take on the loading race.
The strongmen will have 75 seconds to lift all 4 of the awkward and heavy sacks down the 12-meter course and put them onto the platforms.
3 of the 6 athletes of Group 2 make their way to the start line. Hear now a little bit more about them in our Commerce Power Profile.
Jon Lane, United States. I was brought over as an alternate, a reserve. Extremely excited to do this. It's been a lifelong dream to be a part of this group of guys since I was young. Was a baseball player my whole life since I was young, 5 years old. Was in a car accident, should not be standing here. That parlayed into training with weights, getting stronger, getting my arms and legs back to where they should be. Turned into bodybuilding, competitive, and then turned into strongman. The 90-degree turn in my life because of that accident could have gone several ways, but very excited, very happy to be here. We're gonna push each other hard, and it's gonna be a hell of a competition.
Jon Olav Granli, Norway.
In his first World's Strongest Man appearance, 6'3" Jon Olav Granli is hoping to make his wife and 2 children proud, bringing the trophy home to Norway.
Adam Bishop, Great Britain. World's Strongest Man is an absolutely unique event. And it's a big mental game. I learned a lot from the guys here. This year, I'm feeling a lot more confident. And as soon as that whistle goes, that's when you explode into it. I like the moving events, I like the grip events, you know, the strength endurance. So I'm really looking forward to doing the deadlift. I'm also looking forward to the stones. I mean, the stones is the cornerstone of all World's Strongest Man event. It should never be excluded. I keep repeating to myself, you know, no what ifs, just to remind myself that I've got to really push hard at everything I do.
So it's Adam Bishop in lane 1, Jon Olav Granli in the middle lane, and Jon Lane in the far one.
Bishop out of the chutes early, and he likes these sort of moving events that allow his athleticism to shine, and it's on display here early.
Adam Bishop has the advantage.
This event tests not only your strength, but your endurance. This 12-meter course carrying 275-pound sacks is difficult, made even more challenging because of the awkward nature of the weight that moves. It's almost a little bit of a dead weight element to these bags.
Adam Bishop, the 27-year-old from Great Britain, making his second World's Strongest Man appearance, and he's done. Winning Heat 1 of the loading race.
Jon Lane in that far lane, struggling himself. As Granli struggling to get his 4th sack and Lane to the table. Does he have enough left to get this up onto the platform? It's going to be tough when he's got a strain. And he can't get it done.
So Jon Lane, frustrated, settles for 3. Bishop, he's all smiles and with good reason. He takes the lead in the loading race, 4 sacks in 43.72.
The key to the loading race is transitions. Look at the focus of Bishop as he approaches the platform. His great athleticism on display, and he just nudges it up and over for the win.
On to Heat 2 of the loading race. Time to meet the other 3 athletes of group number 2.
Nick Best, United States. It's amazing coming back to the Brotherhood every year and doing this and seeing your friends and catching up with people. It's addictive. As long as I'm good enough to keep getting invited, I'll keep coming. I love doing this. It's fun. It's what I like to do. I like picking up heavy things. It's kind of neat at this age to still be competing with the young kids and sometimes putting the screws to them. You have to have focused, controlled aggression when you're doing things. If you have blind rage, you're gonna get hurt. You will not be here. You will break.
Grzegorz Szymański, Poland.
Training 4 hours a day, 6 days a week, Poland's Grzegorz Szymański is hoping to make his 3rd World's Strongest Man appearance more of a success, making it to the final.
Eddie Hall, Great Britain. There's a nice feeling coming back to World's Strongest Man for the 5th time, seeing some new faces, some old faces. We all keep coming back and we all keep killing ourselves trying to win that title. But strongman's a quite weird sport in respect of camaraderie. You know, everyone sort of helps each other out, eggs each other on. But at the end of the day, you know, we can all be friends and eat together and hang out at the hotel. But when that whistle blows, they're your enemies, you know, nothing else matters. You've got to concentrate on the battle.
Eddie Hall injured 2 fingers while testing equipment in the yard before this competition. So he's up against it in that department. And also, typically, this type of event does not suit his strengths.
They do not. He's among the most powerful static lifters in the world, but you're right. Events that require movement are a challenge for him, but Grzegorz Szymański been beautiful with his athleticism and transitions, which are key to this event.
Szymański with the lead in this heat. You look at Eddie Hall, he's a distant 3rd. Nick Best in the middle lane is 2nd, but Szymański setting the pace with 1 sack to go.
Nick Best showing us some of that focused aggression and not the blind rage that have helped him. He's now just picked up his 4th sack and making his way to the platform, looking for a 2nd place here. Szymański finishes in a time of 43.57.
So Grzegorz Szymański, while Eddie Hall still continues.
These sacks are awkward, Brent. It's kind of dead weight. Eddie Hall really built like a pit bull and compact. His heart rate has to be at an extremely elevated level, but he finishes in 108.85.
And looking at those injured fingers, Szymański wins the loading race, 4 sacks in 43.57.
These sorts of events are a challenge for Eddie Hall as it is, but his left hand, those English sausages, making it all the more difficult to hold on to that 275-pound sack.
The winner of the loading race is Szymański. Bishop second, Best third, Eddie Hall fourth. But Eddie, he's got bigger issues with those injured fingers. He's with calves.
Eddie, prognosis yesterday after warm-ups, dislocated fingers. That had to hurt. This had to be very disappointing in the sack race for you. Can you come back and fight through this?
Yeah, of course, that's my worst event. So, you know, I still should be winning those sort of events, though. If it wasn't for these two, I mean, you can see how swollen they are. One of these two fingers, I'd hopefully had won that, but hell, it's got 3, 4, 5 more events now, all good events for me, so I'm not worried.
Everybody's behind you. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
When we return, the strongmen power through in the truck pull and then display their might, tossing some kegs. All coming up on the Commerce World's Strongest Man in Kasane, Botswana.
The Commerce World's Strongest Man on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by the Commerce Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas-style entertainment, Los Angeles attractions.
Much of it has been described as a pristine paradise, untouched by the modern world. It's the magnificent African nation of Botswana, host to this year's edition of the world's ultimate strongman championship. Not only have Aaron and I had the great privilege of experiencing this amazing place, we've also been fortunate enough to witness 30 of the strongest men on the planet going after this year's crown.
Yeah, and one of those athletes, Eddie Hall from the UK, just set a new world record at the World Deadlift Championship, an experience that, according to Eddie, literally almost killed him.
A courageous performance that went viral worldwide. Now, Eddie and his peers, well, they had to tackle the truck pull as they continued their pursuit of a spot in this year's final.
Truck pull for strongman is one of the best tests of strength, fitness, aggression, determination.
It's a super heavy event, the heaviest event we'll do. 18-ton lorry and trailers. It's the number of axles that is the big problem with this one.
From start to finish, it's 100%. If you let off the slightest bit, that truck will slow down and it will pull you back.
It's pain all the way from your toes through to your hands.
You really gotta want it. The heavier you are, the easier the truck pull is. It's a massive unfair advantage that big, tall, heavy guys have over regular guys.
Currently second in Group 2 in the truck pull, Nick Van.
That being said, a lot of hustle, a lot of heart, and a lot of desire can make up for a lot of that.
Yeah!
And I think I did that today. The crowd here is amazing. They just rally around you. I can hear them screaming my name. You just want to try that much harder. It's like the coolest thing in the world. And I'm definitely not as young as I used to be. But I will say that's probably the best truck pull I've ever done in my life. So I'll take that.
Initially, it's really heavy on the legs, and then your grip will start to go because that rope is so thick that you're trying to hang on to it. And the build-up of lactic acid is absolutely huge, and you're just aching completely, and your legs get so pumped up full of blood that it's really uncomfortable, especially by the time you get to the end.
With a time of 54.97 seconds from Great Britain. Give it up for Adam Bishop.
For me, it's quite tough because I haven't really got the body weight some of the other guys have got to really get it going. You saw how Eddie, all 185 kilos or 400 and something pounds of him, just lean into it and get it moving real fast.
It's a decent test of overall body strength, from the feet to the Achilles, to the calves, going into your quads, your hamstrings, it's the biceps, it's the lats, it's the rhomboids. You just get into a rhythm and just keep going and going and going. Just don't let off.
The new leader of the truck pull with a time of 42.91 seconds. Give it up for Eddie Hall! Representing Poland, Grzegorz Szymański!
Yeah! Greg is a strong guy. The Polish seem to have this switch where they can just keep going and going. They will pull until they collapse. He had a poor start, but, he's that strong and he's that determined. He pulled it back. Nearly beat me.
The winner of the truck pull in Group 2, Eddie Hall!
So Eddie Hall wins. Grzegorz is close behind him. Veteran Nick Best had his best truck pull in years. Newcomer Jon Lane was unable to finish. Szymański is in the lead with 11. An excellent truck pull helped Eddie Hall into second with 9. It's going to be a close battle for second with Nick at 8, Adam at 7. Speaking of Nick Best, he's with Cass.
Up next, a new twist on a classic, the keg toss for maximum height. This event is going to separate the men from the boys. I'm here with Nick Best. Nick, are you ready for this?
No.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm ready.
What's it going to take to put the barrel over for a maximum height?
It's going to take a very fast, long pull. You're going to have to reach down really far between your legs and pull it up and just let it fly as fast as you can. Problem is you're going to have to worry about trajectory. If you throw it too high, it's not going to clear the bar. And if you throw it too low, it's going to go underneath the bar. It'll go really far and probably hit the crowd, which they won't be very happy with that.
Good luck with all that.
Thanks.
Nick Best, when we return to the Commerce World's Strongest Man.
Welcome back to the 2016 Commerce World's Strongest Man here at the Moana Golf Course in Kasane, Botswana. Group 2 is about to start the keg toss.
Yeah, the strongmen will chuck a keg weighing 33 pounds over a bar that starts at 5.5 meters. Now, each athlete will get 3 attempts at each height, and the athletes that clear the greatest height wins.
4 men have already performed this task. Jon Lane led it off, and he missed at 6 meters. He's currently tied for third. His best was 5.5 meters. Jon Olav Granli at 6 meters took his best shot and unable to get it over the bar. His best was also at 5.5 meters. Adam Bishop, his crack at 6 meters. And Bishop of Great Britain was able to clear it rather easily and goes into the co-lead. How about the 47-year-old Nick Best? He was fired up going in. And at 6 meters, this old dog learning a new trick, no problem. 6 meters over the bar, and he's the co-leader in the keg toss.
Representing Great Britain, Eddie Hall.
Time for Eddie Hall of Great Britain in second place after 2 events, attempting 6 meters.
1 minute. Begins. The keg toss is an event that features the strongmen's athleticism and explosion.
Nowhere close to the first one. And part of it is obviously gauging, too, the trajectory from how far away from the bar you're at.
There's no question. Eddie Hall has more than sufficient strength to get this keg up over the bar. But to your point, it also takes picking the perfect trajectory, and that's where the athleticism comes in.
On his 3rd attempt, and he clears the bar.
Let's hear it for Eddie Hall, everybody.
That was a successful attempt at 6 meters. You saw him shake his hand there, though. You wonder if those fingers are still bothering him. But he had nice full extension and follow-through. I bet the big man's a good golfer.
Yeah. Perfect spot out on the golf course for him.
Representing Poland,
taped up fingers.
Grzegorz Szymański.
Grzegorz Szymański, the leader after 2 events.
Szymański's only 6 foot 2 inches, so his legs are a little bit shorter. This is an event where longer limbs seem to help because it allows the athletes to have more leverage.
Again, you get 3 attempts, and it's 6 meters. It comes up short on the first attempt.
You'll notice Szymański uses the hop technique to create some momentum to help him lift that 33-pound keg over the bar.
Man, he popped it off the front of the bar and got the momentum over.
Did he call it off the glass?
Also with 6 meters from Poland, Grzegorz Szymański.
What allowed Szymański to be successful was his technique. Watch his extension and his windup. He grabs the keg, the lip of it ends up behind his calves, allowing for full extension to clear the bar.
With only 4 points separating the top 4 competitors in the tightest qualifying race of the year, can a leader emerge from the keg toss? Stay tuned.
The Commerce World's Strongest Man on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by the Commerce Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas-style entertainment, Los Angeles attractions.
Welcome back to the Moana Golf Course in Kasane, Botswana, as Group 2 continues their attempts at the keg toss for maximum height. Highlights so far in this event. Adam Bishop of Great Britain found success at 6.5 meters to move into the lead at that point. The 47-year-old American who resides in Las Vegas, making a gamble at this event. Nick Best at 6.5 meters. Not quite. Came up short. And Nick Best's best was 6 meters.
From the USA,
Eddie Hall of Great Britain was up next. And he took his hand at 6.5 meters. Could he get it over the bar? Not even close for Eddie Hall, his best. He settled for was 6 meters. And finally, it was a chance for Grzegorz Szymański. At 6.5 meters, he stepped up and got the job done. Success for Szymański at 6.5. And he is your co-leader with Adam Bishop in the keg toss. So here's Bishop. 4th place
Please welcome the
overall
first man
after
to
2
attempt
events.
7 meters from Great Britain, Adam Bishop.
And it's just down to he and Grzegorz attempting 7 meters. So here we go with Szymański looking on.
The same athleticism that helped Bishop in the loading race should show up here.
Down to these 2 men. On the first attempt at 7 meters, Bishop gets it done.
Bishop should feel good about that attempt. His athleticism, what I love about it is his technique. Watch his eyes and his follow-through. No different than a golf swing where your eyes go, the object goes. And that was beautiful technique by the Brit.
Please welcome the second man to attempt 7 meters from Poland, Grzegorz Szymański.
So now it's up to Grzegorz Szymański of Poland. His attempt at 7 meters to keep this event going. Bishop has already cleared 7. Szymański has to do the same. And he gets it done on the first try.
Also completing 7 meters from Poland. Give it up for Grzegorz Szymański.
And he's going to check out.
Yeah, thoughtful and determined setup by Szymański. He's going to grab the keg, once again using that hop technique, but he loads the coil and then unleashes and accelerates that keg over the bar.
Adam and Grzegorz both missed at 7.15 meters. So they tied for first, making it at 7 meters. Nick Best, Eddie Hall, each cleared 6. Jon Olav Granli, 5.5, same for the American Jon Lane. After 3 events, Grzegorz in the lead, 16.5 points. It's shaping up to be a battle of the Brits for second, with Hall and Bishop in a tie. Here's Kaz with Adam.
Adam, after 3 events, you're tied in second with Eddie Hall. You've got to be happy with your performance so far.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. That was actually my first event win at World's Strongest Man. You know, a tied win, but I'm still going to take it. And to be, in the same league as kind of Grzegorz and Eddie is just, I'm very, very happy.
What's it going to take physically for you and mentally to make it through the next 3 events and into the final?
I have to go all out on all these events to get through to the final. You know, whereas some of the guys like Big Brian will be taking it easy, for me, I have to go 100% on all events.
Best of luck.
Thanks very much, Kaz.
Next time on the Commerce World's Strongest Man, the Battle of the Giants continues. With one of the tightest leaderboards of the season, the 6 athletes from Group 2 only have 3 events remaining to find their way to the lead of the pack. With only 5 points separating the top 4 guys in the group, it'll be a dramatic finish with an adrenaline-filled episode you won't want to miss. For Aaron Taylor, Bill Kazmaier, and our entire CBS Sports Network crew, I'm Brent Stover. In association with IMG Original Content, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.